You didn't click on this video by accident. You clicked on this video because something deep inside you feels a little heavy. You may be feeling disconnected from yourself, from people around you, and honestly, from the version of yourself that you already thought that you'd be by now. I get it. This is your lonely season. But I just want you to know that you're not alone in this season. Got it? I'm here for you. Let's go. Let's talk. And I guess someone else wants to join the conversation as well. I'm just going to jump right into it and talk about many reasons of how my growth season is kind of simultaneous with my lonely season. So if you've watched any of my previous videos within the last 3 to 4 weeks, you know that I have been on a vape-free, nicotine-free journey. I have not been putting those toxins in my body any longer. However, the people that I care about, they're still vapors or they're still smokers. So that's one way that I've been feeling lonely, because it's not that I just choose not to associate myself with these people any longer. It's just when I'm around these people, I have to have a certain willpower. For instance, as you may know, my family, they either smoke or they either vape or they do both, right? So my sister is, a little track star. So every weekend we've pretty much been having to go to track meets. So that means that I see my family pretty much on Saturdays, if not every Saturday, every other Saturday. One of the perks of moving back to the East Coast from the West Coast, I was only able to see my family on holidays. However, back to the story at hand, we all got to see each other Saturday, which means that my sister has events throughout the entire day. So the meet starts at 9. She starts with her long jump, triple jumps in the morning, and then she still has like 100-yard dash, 200-yard dash, sometimes, the 4x4, the relays, towards like in the afternoon after 12 p.m. So these meets are an all-day thing, which means my parents usually leave the meet or, leave the event area and go have a little smoke break, which means as much as I want to go and put some nicotine in my body or a little bit of tobacco over the last 7 days or so, I have not been participating. So that has been a little lonely because I have to turn the other way, turn the cheek, and just not participate. Yeah, so it just goes to show that when you make a decision for yourself, not everyone has to follow suit. Not everyone is meant to grow with you. Your journey is not someone else's, so thought just kind of left my mind. It just ran away. Where was I going? Not everyone is meant to grow at the same time that you're growing. Not everyone is meant to walk alongside you while you're growing, while you're blossoming into something different, while you're shedding the layers. Sometimes the layers that you're shedding are those people that you surround yourself with, which in the end can make you feel lonely because you're like, where is everyone? Where's my people? Where's my support system? And sometimes you got to realize that in order to grow, you got to drop those people that you thought were supporting you, because they are kind of like supporting you, not supporting you in the dark. It's like on the outside, they may look like they're supporting you, but they're not actually supporting you. For instance, if you're an artist and everybody wants your work for free, your art for free, they think that they could get the family free discount, whatever. The real people who support you will pay for your services, whether they're family or not, whether they get a discount or not. That's how they support you. So again, sometimes when you're in that lonely season, you need to shed those people who aren't really your support. Again, quitting vaping, quitting nicotine, quitting smoking tobacco can be a lonely process, because if you're similar to me, sometimes smoking or vaping was part of your social activities when you hang out with your friends or family, like me, because I don't have any friends. Want to be my friend? Back to the subject at hand, back to the focus. So even when my ex-husband comes and we're co-parenting and he either is dropping off our son or picking him up, sometimes just seeing his vape in his hand, or he'll like take a hit real quick, like while we're talking, and inside of me I'm just like because this is the guy that this is how I started vaping, from him. Like I used to take, like if you haven't, just check out this video. Check out my last video. I talked briefly about how I started vaping and who I was vaping off of. Anyway, going on a journey where you're quitting a bad habit can be a lonely process, because your circle, your support system, your people that you surround yourself with may not be taking that journey with you. And those could be the people who enable you to do the very habit that you're trying to stop. Now I would like to shift over into another moment in my life that I am feeling a little bit of loneliness. And again, if you have been around here a little bit more and this is not your first time seeing me, thank you so much for being back here. I appreciate it. I really do. But you also know that I am, about 9 months single. I'm a single mama, recently divorced or separated from a long-term relationship with 2 people. So yes, I'm getting over 2 people at the same time. I know I wasn't cheating. If you want to know, just go watch some more videos, all right? Go spend a day with me. Go spend a day with me. Don't be shy. But yes, I am, navigating my way through a breakup. Am I still heartbroken? I mean, some days it depends on the day, honestly, at this point. But, I was in a space where I poured everything into my relationship. I wasn't afraid to love very loud, and I wasn't afraid to let the world know who I wanted to build a future with. So when the relationship ended, I didn't just lose them. I ended up, losing like my validation. Like, who am I? And now I catch myself replaying moments, wondering if my side of the story ever even really mattered. And that's when the loneliness honestly kicks in the most. Not just like missing them in certain moments, but from feeling like my heart's experiences doesn't hold any truth or any value anymore. But it does, and yours does too. If you're carrying heartbreak right now, just know it's not weakness. It's proof that you loved bravely and that you weren't afraid to show up fully even when the outcome wasn't guaranteed. That's tough. That's having faith. You had faith in the people that you chose to love, and that's okay. You opened up your heart, you were vulnerable, and you gave something real to someone. That matters, and don't you dare go feeling ashamed about that. That's nothing to be ashamed of and everything to be proud of. But I also know that when it ends, the silence can be louder than anything. You start questioning if any of it was real or if you were just too much. You replay moments in your head, not because you want them back, but because you just want your pain to be acknowledged. Here's what I'm still learning. The loneliness that you feel right now isn't about them not being here. It's not about you missing them. It's not about the relationship being over. It's about you losing someone that you only knew through being in that relationship. But the growth season means that you get to re-meet yourself. It means that you get to learn how to validate yourself without needing someone to do it for you. This is one of the hardest parts of becoming, is realizing that your worth isn't up for debate just because a relationship ended. In the loneliness, it's not a punishment. It's just space that's being created, space that's being made for something better and for someone stronger, for you. And just when you thought that you were finally starting to find yourself again, life hands you yet another role to grow through. For me, that was motherhood. Becoming a single mom shifted everything for me. It wasn't just about healing from the relationship. It was about making sure that my son was okay, all while I was still trying to put myself back together. And while I'm 100% grateful to be a mom, there are days where I feel like I've completely disappeared within this role. It's like I only exist as mommy, like I've traded my name for survival. There are days where I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror and I don't see me. I just see responsibilities, a long to-do list of what I need to get done for the day. I see everyone I need to show up for, and I rarely see me. Now, I don't want you to feel selfish for needing space. I don't want you to beat yourself up for missing yourself. Even when you're devoted to supporting others, your needs still matter. because I get it. I know how it feels to be healing from love loss and still be expected to be at 100% 24/7 for those around you. And most of the time you feel like you can't even be 100% for you. I get it. Being a single mom can be a different kind of lonely. It's the kind of loneliness where you're surrounded by tiny humans who need you, but you're still trying to figure out exactly what you need as a parent, as a person, as a human. And when you're already pouring everything you have into your home, into the little people that depend on you, it can become easy to forget how big you're showing up in other spaces as well. And that's what hit me the hardest, was realizing that I wasn't just carrying the weight at home. I was also carrying that weight of loneliness at work as well. I get it because I've lived it. It becomes so hard, so lonely when you're constantly giving, managing, showing up, and yet no one takes a moment to ask how you're feeling, how you're doing. Every day I have to wake up and show up in a role where people depend on me to be the calm, to be the anchor, to be the one who never breaks, to be the one who somehow isn't human and doesn't have anxiety. And that exhaustion, as much as it starts to feel like it breaks me, it becomes invisible. Yet, just because it's invisible doesn't mean that it's not there. It's still there, sitting, quietly draining you behind the scenes. At the start, it was a job that I once felt deeply called to. Purpose. I had a purpose-driven work. However, even purpose, when unbalanced, can become another place that we yet again lose ourselves. Working as a behavior support in elementary schools, I have to show up for students in crisis. I have to help kids calm down. I have to de-escalate them. I have to make them feel loved and make them feel like they're not in trouble, even when they are in trouble for the actions that they know that they shouldn't have done. My job is about holding students accountable while also instilling in them the responsibilities and the tools that they need in order to succeed in life and to get out of their head and to just be. Again, I have to show up calm. I have to keep the environment calm. I have to keep these kids safe. And I have to show up strong, even though underneath it all, I'm tired and I'm drained. When I leave work, I'm not just physically drained. I'm emotionally disconnected. And a lot of times there's no room for that, because as soon as I'm off work, what time is it? It's time to be a mom. There is no break. I work at my son's school, so literally as I'm putting kids on the bus, I need to walk down to his classroom so that he can be dismissed from school. Yet there's still another 30 to 45 minutes before I can actually clock out. Mommy duty is already on before I can even leave work. Perks of working at your son's school. And when the drain and the exhaustion finally hits me, and I ask myself, can I really keep doing this? That's when the spiraling starts. Look, just because you're good at holding it together does not mean you do not deserve rest. And being the strong one shouldn't mean that you're the invisible one. Oh, invisible until everyone needs you, right? And if you're feeling numb, detached, or even low-key resentful for always having to be the dependable one, that does not make you selfish. It does not make you ungrateful. That makes you human. You're showing up in spaces that ask a lot of you because you care. But even purpose-driven people burn out. Even healers need healers. Even those of us who are able to create the calm spaces need for someone to check in and say, yo, you good? You straight? You good? And maybe no one else is saying that to you right now. So let me be the one to let you know. I see how much you're trying. I see how much you are pouring into everyone else. But you deserve to feel held too. That hollow feeling you're feeling deep in here, that's not weakness. That's the echo of you outgrowing the survival mode you're in. You're learning how to create a life where you're more than what you do for people. And yeah, that in-between space, it's quiet, it's unfamiliar, and oh my gosh, is it lonely? But my love, my friend, my grateful heart, that is exactly where transformation begins. And one of the hardest things about having burnout, especially when you care so much, is that no one sees how much it takes to stay strong, or at least to appear strong on the outside, right? Because on the inside, are we breaking? We're breaking. We feel like we're breaking. You're not breaking. You're stronger than you think. But maybe this loneliness you're feeling, this emotional disconnect, the fatigue, maybe it's not something to fix. Maybe it's actually the sign you need. It's a sign that you are outgrowing patterns, people, and spaces that once made you feel safe, but they are no longer a reflection of the person you are becoming. And that is where transformation lives. It's the uncomfortable, quiet space where we grieve who we were while we're still stepping in who we're meant to be. Now, all of these stories that I told you today have something in common. Every version of me in these stories was just shedding an old layer of myself that I thought that I needed in order to feel secure. But what I was really doing was making space for the me that I knew that I was always meant to be. And that's exactly what you're doing too. Whether it's heartbreak and self-worth, motherhood and identity, or burnout and emotional fatigue, these lonely moments are the growing pains of self-discovery. And I know it hurts. Growth hurts. And healing alone feels like no one gets it, but someone does. You are not lonely because no one loves you. You're lonely because you're outgrowing what no longer reflects your love back to you. And you're not distant because you don't care. You're distant because you're healing in silence. That's okay. You are not behind. You are blooming quietly, bravely, and intentionally. And if you are still watching, you already know. You were meant to find this video. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. Thank you for healing with me, and thank you for growing with me. I value your time and I value you. I just want you to know that I'm proud of you and I see your growth, even when it feels like no one else does. If this video made you feel at least 1% better, 1% more seen, more felt, more safe in your process to grow and heal, give this video a thumbs up for me so that YouTube can recommend this video to someone else who's in their healing season as well. If you're currently in your growing season, go ahead, drop a plant emoji in the comments down below for me. I want to know where you are in your life when this video found you, because I'm showing up in this journey for you as well. I love you, I see you, and I'm sending you the greatest love. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.